Sometimes the assignment is you. I'm going to give you an example. So I remember working at this particular office that was absolutely horrible. We just going to call this the office of lack. It did not have the resources needed for the employees to do their job. So not only was this not my permanent office, but I was thrown into this office against my will and I had to do what I had to do. Then when I got there, the management team was just full of strife. It was three girls that absolutely could not stand one another. So I'm walking into drama because there's no way you can get things done if management are not on one accord. The lady that was over me was a different type of character, condescending, a little bit mean spirited. We're just gonna say nice, nasty, for lack of better words. So I get over there, and at this point, I am following Christ, but I am filling the test back to back. So when I was telling y'all about filling the test and having grace, yeah, this is the period of filling the test back to back, back to back to back, backity backity back, back to back to back. Y'all get it. So I already come up in there full of attitude, full of sadness, full of anger, because I'm just like, I feel like I'm being free picked. And not only do I get thrown to an office, but I get thrown to an office where the employees don't even have the resources to thoroughly do their jobs. So if they don't have the resources to thoroughly do their job, that means that my job is going to be 10 times harder. I will go on to say that as management, we was the resource. And that presented a whole nother problem because one of the members on the management team was just not pulling their weight. So it caused others to work 10 times harder. So a load that was meant for three people was only shared with two. So I would be so exhausted from working hard. As soon as I got home, I only had enough energy to take a bath and go straight to sleep. So that's creating what? More anger. In Proverbs, where it say a lazy employee will give you nothing but trouble, is like vinegar in the mouth and smoke in the eyes. That scripture is alive and activated. So of course, because I'm going through all of that, it's creating more drama, more anger, and more frustration. So it was like clicks in this workplace. So I was assigned at the last minute to work a day that I normally never work. Because even though I was going through all of this stuff, somewhere, somehow, one of the members of the management team felt like I was being treated with favor. So it was like, let's volunteer her to work this Sunday since she never worked Sunday. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now, when I walk in, it's a catastrophe happens, right? Now, it's not life or death, but it's something to do with the workflow. It's totally destroyed. Now, this is not my fault. This is something that was happening before I arrived to work. However, since I'm management, I have to find a solution. I am the resource. I have to fix it. So I don't know how to fix it because the problem is bigger than my own two little hands. So I call my higher up. My higher up is like, why are you calling me? I don't pay you the money that I pay you, and I don't grant you the raises that I give you for you to be calling me when a problem occur. Fix it. So of course this is pissing me off. So I'm trying to explain to her that this problem at hand is not my fault. And I'm reaching out to you because I honestly don't know how to handle this issue. I can do the best that I can, but I know the best that I can is not going to be enough for you. So I wanted to let you know, to put you on notice, maybe because you could help have other people to come help me. She not trying to hear that. She hit me with a again. I don't pay you the money that I pay you to be calling me every time you run into a problem. So fix it and fix it now. At this particular point, you guys, I lose my cool. At this particular point, I'm totally out of the spirit. Now, I've experienced this type of treatment from her multiple times. So I get into it. If I have to come to you for help, I will come to you for help. That is what you are here for. I never come to you for nothing. So when I do come for you, I need you to back me up and help me. That is literally your role. Mind you, I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm doing you a favor by being at this office that don't have anything or any of the resources. Be happy this is the first time I'm calling you, because really how toe up this office is, I'm supposed to be calling you on a daily, matter of fact, hourly basis. So I get suspended. So when I get suspended, I go to the bathroom and I talk directly to God. I look up and I say, God, why would you let something like this happen to me? Why would you not protect me from this situation? Mind you, I just completely digested my boss up. And she not my direct boss. She my boss. She the big boss. But I'm still in the bathroom like, God, why did you not help me? You know this not my fault. You know this office is messed up. Where are you? What's going on? So I get my stuff and I go. Because I ain't never finna stay somewhere I done been kicked out of. So I go. And on this break, my mom like, come on down to church with me. I want you to, hear this pastor. He's really good. So I'm like, okay. So I go to church and this sermon is about assignment. Mind you, when the pastor is talking, he talking about an experience. It seemed like me and him going through the same thing. So he's talking about going to Alabama as a youth pastor and how he didn't want to go, how the church was tore up, and how he was living in like a dirty, broke down trailer with bad plumbing. He could barely take a shower in this trailer. And that ain't nothing against trailers. I'm just saying the one that he was in was busted up. And he was saying how he was broke and they didn't even have enough money to pay him. And it's not that he necessarily wanted to be paid, but he needed money to survive. And long story short, he got a revelation that he needs to stop complaining and he needs to trust God that he is who he say he is and he knows the plans that are best for his life. And he has plans to prosper him. Just be obedient and do what I say. And let me say this as a side note. One of the ways that God speaks to you is through your pastor. If you go to church every Sunday, and for some of you every Sunday and Wednesday, and you don't ever feel like God is using that pastor as a vessel to talk to you, I'm not going to say you in the wrong church. I'm just saying God has used my pastors to really speak to me directly. And I use that as my confirmation. But anyway, back into the story. So I get called off suspension and I got to return to the office of lack. Mind you, before I get there, I'm like, God, I'm going to do whatever it is that you tell me to do. I surrender to you. I'm ready to serve you. I'm ready to lay it at your feet. I'm ready to lay it at the floor. I'm willing to die to the I'm dedicated to operating in obedience. I'm in the like OBEDIENCE. So mind you, when I go back to work, the energy is 10 times more negative. So my manager is telling me to do things that's just absolutely ridiculous. Some of the stuff she was telling me to do, y'all, I could not do nothing but laugh because I'm like, God, whoo, you really think I'm strong, baby. But nonetheless, I was obedient, right? I was obedient as best as I could be. I felt like I was passing the test. Now, I used to be the type of person that used to tell you what I was and wasn't going to do, but I would say it amongst other, employees like that, in the management team. So I'd be like, nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing this and I ain't doing that. Y'all, when I tell you everything that I said I wasn't going to do, God served it to me on a platter like you said you weren't going to do what? You said you weren't going to do what now? Cause you can't have surrender now. Cause I need you to get rid of this foolishness on the inside of you. Baby, I did everything that I said I wasn't gonna do. But I do have to be transparent with y'all because I did drop the ball. Sometimes that is a part of the journey. And I dropped the ball. So she come to me and tell me to do something that's kind of ridiculous. And so at this point, it was starting to piss me off. It was starting to get on my nerves because I feel like you ain't telling nobody to do nothing hard but me. So I asked her, I say, so it's nobody else that can do this task? Cause mind you, I'm doing 7 tasks. Um, and this make the 8th task. And so she was like, well, I asked you to do that because you're qualified in that. Like you have the certifications for that. And I'm fighting at this point, y'all. So I look at her and I'm like, so they can't learn? Like they can't learn how to do it. I can't teach them how to do it. So she's like, well, we'll revisit the situation. So I immediately get convicted. Now, I wasn't being worked like a slave, but you know what I'm saying? The plate was loaded. The plate was loaded. It had about 5 sides on that plate. But that just goes to show you how much rebellion I had on the inside of me. So I immediately get convicted and I'm like, so I go back to her and I'm like, you know what? You are right. I am certified to do that. So I'm going to do it. However, let me know which one you want me to do in order because I do have a lot of tasks, but I'm going to get through it. I just need to know which ones are the most important you want to check off. So she proceeds to go through case by case, which one is more important, which one can go later. And then I get that right. So time go on or whatever. And I'm just feeling depressed. Even pulling up in this parking lot is just getting on my nerves. It's irritating me. Now, I'm not showing it. I'm not speaking it. I'm not claiming it. But, like, that's what I'm feeling. And through this whole process, y'all, I was praying, but I felt like I wasn't being truthful with God when it came to what I was feeling in my heart. And so one day, I was coming back from lunch, and I'm in the parking lot. And I was like, God, this is a lot. Like, I am so sad. I am so stressed. I need you to come, like, do something. Give me a peace that surpasses all understanding. Grant me a little endurance or give me a break, God. I need you. Every day I'm trying to avoid looking at management team in their eyes because I don't even want them to read in my eyes that I am sad and that I don't like them and that I don't want to be here. And I'm like, God, you know that I love you. And you know that I am striving to be obedient to you. But you know what this is like, what I'm really feeling on the inside. And I just feel like I need a break. 20 minutes later, I get a call from my boss. And she's like, Haley, I got to send you off to training. and it starts tomorrow.